I want to introduce you to Pamela Bishop, one of the organizers of this rally in March at the University of Utah. What's it been like to see it over the years develop?
Well, each year it just gets bigger and bigger. And we're just so glad that you guys are here this year. That's going to make it even bigger and better for next year. So we're just glad to see that the weather held up. People came out and supported. I think people really realize now is the time to really come together. Now is the time to be united around what we're doing here at the U.
And this is the 40th anniversary of this march. So tell us what's so special, I guess, about this year.
Well, you know, the people started this before it was a national holiday, before it was a state holiday. So to celebrate 40 years, we've had people who are still actively involved who started this, actively involved in the planning committee. So this is really just a culmination of their work, celebrating that the U has always led the way in this state in terms of celebrating Dr. King. And so this is just the culmination of all that.
Where do you see it going next? That is the theme, right? Where do we go from here? That's the theme for this year's MLK week. Where do we go from here?
I think we have to not let history repeat itself. I think we've got to go forward and try to make things better. Instead of rolling things backwards, there's efforts to do that. We want to roll things forward and really want to come together as a community around our shared humanity and us as human beings. We don't want people to divide us. We want to come together as community. As Dr. King said, it'd be chaos or community. We're choosing community.
And we spoke earlier on how Dr. King actually visited the University of Utah campus decades ago. Tell us your thoughts on making this march at the U, at the campus. How does that feel coming full circle?
It's just always just a reminder that this work is never done. You know, Dr. King came, over 40 years ago to the U. If he came today, his speech would still be relevant. You know what I mean? And so it just keeps telling us this work is never done. It's hopefully always going in the right direction, but the work is never done. That's what this always reminds me of every year.
Yeah, that was the theme when he came to speak in 1961. It was the future of integration. So how do we talk amongst each other? How do we work together? How do we share the same space together? And one of the themes we talked about at East High School just a short time ago was how much we've accomplished since Dr. King was with us, but how much further we have to go, right? Reflect on that for me.
Well, I think, we're in a state where our demographics are changing, and we need it more than ever to come together. Though we've come a long way, we still have a long way to go. You see that there are efforts to try to roll things backwards. We need to keep going forward. We need to keep realizing that everybody has something to contribute here at the University of Utah, in the state of Utah. We need to, instead of, we're often here it's a melting pot, let's think of it as a potluck. We have a scholar, Dr. Ibu Patel, who's coming here. He's our interfaith scholar, and he talks about this is it's a potluck. Everybody brings their dish. It makes the whole meal better. That's what we need to do moving forward.
A potluck. Nice things to listen to there. All right.
Pamela Bishop, we thank you for your time. Thank you very much.